Deep in the heart of Ravensbrook, a remote and foreboding village, nestled amidst a dense expanse of dark forests and rolling hills, there lived a man named Samuel Blackwood. However, Samuel was no ordinary man. He was afflicted with a curse of immortality. For centuries, he had roamed the earth, an eternal witness to the ebb and flow of time, as generations came and went, while he remained untouched by its hands. Samuel's immortality was not a gift, but a burden that weighed heavily upon his weary soul. He had seen empires rise and fall, witnessed the atrocities of war, and endured the agonizing pain of losing loved ones over and over again. Time had become his eternal companion, an unrelenting reminder of his curse, and he yearned for release from its unyielding grip. In his tireless quest for salvation, Samuel had scoured the far reaches of the world, consulting mystics, sorcerers, and scholars in search of a means to break the curse that bound him. Yet, each encounter proved fruitless, leaving him trapped in an existence devoid of purpose and rest. As years turned into centuries, whispers of Samuel's immortality spread like wildfire through the village of Ravensbrook. People regarded him with a mix of awe, curiosity, and fear. Some believed he possessed dark magic, while others revered him as a deity or a harbinger of doom. One fateful night, during the annual harvest festival, a mysterious figure shrouded in tattered garments emerged from the shadows and approached Samuel. The figure was an old woman, her eyes gleaming with ancient wisdom and a touch of sadness. She wore a cloak that seemed to meld with the darkness itself, as if an embodiment of the ancient curses she carried. "You seek release, Samuel Blackwood," she whispered, her voice carrying a haunting melody. "But be warned, the curse that binds you is entwined with a sinister force. To escape its clutches, you must embark on a treacherous journey, unraveling the mysteries of the past and facing the darkness within." Intrigued and desperate for a respite from his eternal existence, Samuel agreed to heed the old woman's cryptic guidance. She led him deep into the heart of the forbidden forest, where an eerie silence settled and a chilling mist enshrouded their path. They arrived at an ancient and forgotten cemetery, its tombstones weathered by time and adorned with ominous symbols. In the center stood a decaying mausoleum, overgrown with thorny vines and guarded by twisted statues, their grotesque faces contorted in eternal anguish. The old woman pushed open the doors, revealing a labyrinth of shadowed corridors that lay within. The air was heavy with the scent of decay, and an eerie hush seemed to permeate the crypt's cold stone walls. Samuel's heart raced with a mixture of anticipation and trepidation. With each step, Samuel could feel the weight of his immortality pressing against his chest, a constant reminder of the burden he carried. The apparitions of the departed flickered at the edges of his vision, tormented souls who had suffered the same cursed fate. They whispered tales of their past lives, recounting their own futile quests for release and the horrors they had endured. As Samuel ventured deeper into the labyrinthine crypt, the walls seemed to close in on him, the shadows growing thicker and more suffocating. Time lost all meaning as he weaved through the winding passages, the ancient stones seeming to hold the secrets of countless lost souls. Finally, he reached a chamber bathed in a pale, ethereal light. In its center lay an ancient tome, bound in weathered leather and etched with arcane symbols. The pages beckoned with hidden knowledge, revealing the dark rituals required to break the curse of immortality. With trembling hands, Samuel carefully read the instructions, studying the rituals with equal parts hope and trepidation. The room seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy as he gathered the necessary components, preparing himself for the final act that might grant him release. At the climax of the ritual, Samuel's existence felt as if it were unraveling, his immortal essence teetering on the precipice of oblivion. The room trembled, and an unearthly wind swept through the chamber. But just as freedom beckoned, the curse resisted, clinging fiercely to his very being. In the final moments, as Samuel stood on the cusp of transformation, he realized that true release could only be achieved through acceptance. He had spent centuries chasing an end, but now he understood that the journey mattered as much as the destination. The curse had shaped him, molded him into a witness of history and a beacon of resilience. With newfound clarity, Samuel made a choice. He let go, surrendering to the curse that had defined him. As his essence merged with the timeless energy of the cosmos, he found peace. The curse, once a torment, became his gift, a testament to his strength and endurance. And so, in the depths of the ancient mausoleum, Samuel Blackwood ceased to exist as a mortal man. Instead, his spirit transcended the limitations of flesh, intertwining with the stories of countless souls who had walked this earth. The village of Ravensbrook, forever changed by his presence, carried his legend in their hearts, a reminder of the fragility and beauty of mortality. And thus, the curse of immortality and the longing for death were transformed, becoming a testament to the indomitable spirit that resides within us all. For in the acceptance of one's fate lies the true liberation of the soul, and in the embrace of life's fleeting moments, even eternity can find solace. Story 2. Once upon a time, in the remote town of Ravenswood, nestled deep within the shadowy woods, lived a wicked man named Victor Hotwood. He was known far and wide for his sinister deeds and his insatiable thirst for power. Victor took pleasure in inflicting pain upon others, relishing their screams of agony and fear. One fateful evening, Victor's path crossed with an elderly woman named Agatha. Unbeknownst to him, Agatha was not an ordinary old woman. She was a witch, wise and powerful. Unwilling to tolerate Victor's malevolence any longer, she decided to teach him a lesson he would never forget. Using her ancient and arcane knowledge, Agatha cast a curse upon Victor, damning him to eternal torment after his death. The curse was designed to punish him for his wickedness and force him to confront the consequences of his vile actions. Little did Victor know that he was now bound to an existence of perpetual suffering, his soul forever trapped in a realm of darkness and agony. Unaware of the curse's existence, Victor's wicked ways continued unabated. However, his insatiable desire for immortality led him on a desperate search for a solution. Rumors whispered through the village, hinting at a mysterious magician named Malachi, said to possess the secret to eternal life. Driven by a twisted obsession, Victor sought out Malachi, whose lair was hidden deep within the forbidding Enigma forest. The magician, cunning and manipulative, saw an opportunity in Victor's arrival. Recognizing the depths of his malevolence, Malachi devised a curse that would grant him the immortality he craved, but at an unthinkable cost. Malachi revealed to Victor the grim conditions of his immortality. If he wished to retain eternal life, he must kill a person every day and take their body and life as his own. The magician reveled in the thought of Victor's vile nature being used against him, forcing him to become the very monster he had always been. With his desire for immortality eclipsing any remnants of a conscience, Victor accepted the curse without hesitation. From that moment on, his existence became a grotesque nightmare. Each day, he would roam the town, searching for unsuspecting victims whose lives he would steal to prolong his own. As time passed, the curse began to manifest physically on Victor's body. His aunt's handsome face twisted into a grotesque visage, his eyes turned soulless and hollow, and his flesh decayed, hinting at the darkness that consumed him within. He became a walking abomination, forever cursed to carry the weight of his atrocities. Fear gripped the villagers as they became aware of the relentless monster living among them. The town, once a sanctuary of peace, transformed into a place of constant terror. Every resident lived in perpetual dread, never knowing if they would be the next victim of Victor's insatiable thirst for life. Meanwhile, Agatha, the ancient witch who had originally cursed Victor, observed his tormented existence from afar. Although burdened by her own immortality, she found solace in witnessing his suffering, hoping that it would awaken his dormant conscience and lead him on a path to redemption, ultimately breaking the curse that shackled him. However, the curse had corroded Victor's soul beyond recognition. Consumed by darkness, he had long forsaken any trace of humanity. The anguished cries of his victims echoed in his ears, fueling his perverse existence and numbing any remnants of remorse. The curse of death and immortality continued to plague Ravenswood, an ever-present reminder of the consequences of wickedness and the unimaginable power of a witch's curse. The village, once thriving and full of life, became a desolate and haunted place, forever stained by Victor's reign of terror. And so, the curse endured, with Victor forever trapped in his eternal torment, desperately seeking a way to break free from his cursed existence. The tale of his wickedness and the price he paid for it became a cautionary legend, passed down through generations, reminding all who heard it of the insidious consequences of evil and the inexorable power of curses that can never be undone.